Okay, we'll make this fast inshallah. ठीक है तो one of the best things that you could do is try and make this class a bit more interactive क्योंकि when you interact तो मुझे ये पता चलता है कि अच्छा आपको भी समझ आ रही है then I don't have to repeat anything and I don't have to clarify anything ठीक है जब तक आप मुझे वैसे ही छोड़ देंगे कि अच्छा आप बोलते रहें और मैं गेसिंग गेम खेल रहा हूँ कि समझ आ रही है नहीं आ रही नेचुरली दैट टेक्स लॉन्गर क्योंकि आई रिपीट सर्टन थिंग्स आई रिपीट द की पॉइंट्स एंड लाइक दैट ठीक है थिंकिंग कि शायद आपको समझ नहीं है okay, so today we're continuing sound waves. Last time we started sound waves, that was part 1. Today is part 2. After this sound waves खत्म हो जाएगा, sound speed पे चले जाएंगे and finally फिर applications of sound होगी, ठीक है? So sound as a wave study करना, this is it, ठीक है? Last time when we were talking about sound waves, can somebody define sound waves based on what we discussed in the last lesson? G, anybody? Quick, honey.
Sound is produced by vibrating sources.
So sound is produced by vibrating sources. Now remember when I said define means be specific, right? So we don't want something that's a bit vague, we want something that's to the point, specific. So listen to the keywords. We've got sound and we've got waves. So now go ahead and try and describe sound. You know how to define waves, right? Waves तो आपको define करने आती हैं. You've got it in your books as well. तो who can help me out now? कौन जल्दी से इसको बताएगा?
It travels in longitudinal and direction.
So sound is. So let's start with waves. I'll help you out. जी, wave क्या होती है? Just wave. Forget about sound. A wave is a.
The movement of molecules over a fixed position.
Okay, so it's an oscillation or a vibration of particles. For sound, we'll be going with the keyword vibration, right? So sound is a something that transfers something through a series of repeated vibrations without moving any matter. So who can fill in those blanks? Sound is a something that transfers something. So, what are waves?
Sound is a medium.
No, it's not an idiom.
Sound.
Sound.
No, it's not an idiom. G. Alright, so sound is a disturbance. We're carrying forward with the same notion of a wave. ठीक है? Sound is a disturbance. ये आप लिख ले बेशक क्योंकि आप भूल चुके हुए हैं. Sound is a disturbance that transfers energy through a series of vibrations without moving any matter. ठीक है? तो the only difference with waves here is कि आपने oscillation की जगह vibration का word use कर लिया और बाकी सारी चीज जो है काफी हद तक सेम है. ठीक है? So now that we understand sound, we know how sounds are produced. जैसे कि आपने बताया कि okay, sound is produced by any vibrating sources. Even though we can't hear all of those sounds due to मतलब वो जो frequencies होती हैं due to those vibrating sources हो सकता है we don't hear all of those sounds but nonetheless those sounds do exist. ठीक है? We understand that. We understand the longitudinal nature of sound. This is something that we did last time as well. ठीक है? ये जो pressure/voltage graphs है, pressure graph भी आप draw कर सकते हैं to show how the pressure varies in time, and alternately you could map the same information. Okay, if you've got a microphone and the microphone has got not important, आपके syllabus में नहीं है, लेकिन capacitor होता है, electromagnet होता है that oscillates with the diaphragm, ठीक है? So that creates a changing voltage in the circuit, ठीक है? Again, it's not something that's too important for you क्योंकि आप लोगों ने भी ये चीजें study की. So it's a vibrating coil or a vibrating capacitor plate, जिसकी वजह से changes in voltage are sensed according to the pressure differences in the air that are coming through, and that is then mapped onto an oscilloscope, like one of those over there in the back. ठीक है, उसका एक मैंने virtual भाई जो है इधर निकाल दिया है, ठीक है? Alright, we've already discussed how to produce one of those graphs, I think. So I'll jump right into it. So within compressions, we've got higher than average, higher than normal air pressure, right? Because the particles are close together, they're colliding with each other ever so often more, क्योंकि उनकी average spacing reduce हुई है ना? So when they collide with each other, when they collide with the walls of the container, so they exert a force per unit area जहाँ पर, so the pressure is higher over here, ठीक है? So above normal air pressure, I'll just put it as a black dot over here. And somewhere along the other side we've got इसको एक पेपर ड्रॉ कर लेते हैं, ठीक है? And somewhere along the other side we've also got lower than normal air pressure, because during rarefaction we've got the spreading of some gas particles, right, Muskan? So that's why equilibrium से या normal से we've got less than normal air pressure here, ठीक है? And so the whole series repeats again and again and again. I think इस चीज को हमने लास्ट लेसन में डिस्कस कर लिया था कि किस तरह से इसका ग्राफ बनता है. उप्स, बहुत ही अच्छा नहीं बना रहा लेकिन चले. And so you get something. ये बड़ा नुकीला सा ग्राफ बन गया, ये अच्छा नहीं बना. So maybe something close to that. Now because we've got the graph mapped onto this pressure slash voltage, this is not pressure in volts, okay? It's not like that. It's either a pressure distance graph or a voltage distance graph, okay? So because we've got all of that mapped, we can study things like frequency of the sound, the amplitude of the sound, and so on. The wavelength of the sound, we can study those characteristics that are typical of any wave, ठीक है? तो हर wave के अंदर ये characteristics हैं, ये attributes हैं. We've already studied those in depth in the last term, right? तो हमें ये पता है कि ये characteristic हर wave में exist करती है. So sound is not an exception. Sound के अंदर भी wavelength होती है. The distance between two successive similar points is known as wavelength. तो अगर आप ये वाली distance consider करते हैं between two, in this case crests, लेकिन in reality it's actually between two compressions, so that's known as the wavelength, ठीक है? उसी तरह से between two rarefactions, so two successive and similar points, you've got a wavelength in meters, ठीक है? And naturally it's between two rarefactions, या इस केस में pressure ग्राफ के अंदर या voltage ग्राफ में it's between two troughs, ठीक है? अगर किसी को कोई पॉइंट पे मुश्किल लगता है, ask me, इंशाल्लाह repeat it quickly, ठीक है? I think it is fairly clear है. Now the things that we want to move on to today are frequency of sound and amplitude of sound. Can you quickly define frequency for me? Anybody? कौन define कर सकता है frequency को? Who can tell me what frequency is? If you need help, you can go through your book, अपने resources देख लें, अपनी textbook देख लें, material देख लें. Who can tell me what's frequency and who can tell me what is amplitude? जी.
Number of wave cycles per second is the frequency.
So frequency is the number of oscillations, yeah, number of wave cycles passing per second, right? ठीक है. It's measured in
Hz.
Hz, which stands for hertz, right? Fantastic. So sound is not any different either, ठीक है? You've got a series of compressions and rarefactions, so you could think of it as how many complete cycles, meaning one compression and one rarefaction, pass through a point per second. How many of those do you have per second, right? तो उस हिसाब से आपको पता चलेगा what's the frequency of sound, ठीक है? Amplitude क्या होता है? What's amplitude?
Amplitude is the maximum displacement of a point from equilibrium.
So amplitude is the maximum displacement of a point from equilibrium. So how far does a point move from its equilibrium rest position to due to the disturbance? ठीक है? So it's वैसे तो अगर आप transverse wave में I'll just do it very quickly over there as it is. So if you do it very quickly, तो transverse wave में तो it's this guy here, right? From the equilibrium to the topmost position, right? The crest. Yeah, from the equilibrium to the bottommost position, the trough, right? So normally तो particle के amplitude मतलब sorry wave के amplitude हम इस तरह से determine कर लेते हैं. But mind you, in this case the particle is not moving up and down as in the case of transverse waves. The particle instead is moving, in this case, longitudinal waves में. Okay, fine. In which direction is the particle moving? Transverse is a type of wave. No, not that. Sorry? Parallel to the direction of wave travel. So you can see that the wave is traveling from left to right. Okay, that's the direction of wave travel. That's the transfer of energy. Okay, energy is being transferred from left to the right hand side. And yes, the particles are moving from left to right. So in essence, what happens is, okay, remember how I told you that actual story इस तरह से नहीं है कि suddenly compression के बीच में खड़ा के नीचे पहुंच गया. ठीक है? It's not like the prong moved from extreme left rarefaction and jumped to the extreme right compression with no intermediary stage. ऐसे exist नहीं करता है. It's not. It doesn't happen that way. बीच में you've got a whole range of values until it reaches the compression, right? वो जो prong का जो motion है मैं describe कर रहा हूँ कि from the rarefaction side when it's pushed backwards all the way through to the very जहाँ पर वो आगे की तरफ बढ़ा हुआ है, तो you've got a whole range of positions in between, and so you've got a whole range of pressures in between as well. Okay? And in between where the prong would come to its right rested position, equilibrium position, so that's the point which corresponds to the equilibrium over here. ये बात समझ आ रही है नहीं आ रही? ठीक है? कि जहां पर prong rarefaction या compression पे था, इधर हमने compression से start किया, तो compression से वापस equilibrium पे पहुंचा, equilibrium pressure पे, और उसके बाद rarefaction lower air pressure की तरफ गया. ऐसी है ना? नहीं है? Yes, no? Yes. No? Okay. वही वाले example? No, it's okay. वही वाले example, think of the prongs like this. ठीक है? मैं 2 black markers कर लेता हूँ ताकि आपको clearly समझ आ जाए. So think of the prongs this way. We started with a compression, which means कि ये normal था and it's been pushed inwards. Sorry, compression outwards. Compression से start किया outwards. ठीक है? Which is causing the air particles to come close together in what's known as a compression, right? अब बात ये है कि on the graph it shows कि compression के फौरी बाद rarefaction था, as if the prong went from creating a compression to a rarefaction with nothing in between, which evidently isn't possible. So this graph isn't an accurate representation of the movement at hand. ठीक है? Actually क्या हुआ था? Compression, कम compression, equilibrium, थोड़ी rarefaction, maximum rarefaction. Actually ये वाला. So actually you've got full compression, less compression, equilibrium, more rarefaction, maximum rarefaction. ठीक है? So this graph isn't really an accurate representation. ठीक है? Actually the particles should be evenly distributed. It's not a binary thing कि full compression, full rarefaction. इस तरह से intermediate exist करता है. अब ठीक हो गया? अच्छा. So now that we understand this, तो ये जो equilibrium position से maximum displacement जो भी है, I'll use red. तो equilibrium position से maximum displacement, center of the rarefaction, the compression, sorry, या to the center of the rarefaction. Either way, the maximum displacement of a particle away from its equilibrium position, that's known as amplitude, ठीक है? And naturally, the greater the energy,
The greater the
आप अपना मुंह धो लें, अरे quick. So naturally, the greater the energy that the wave is carrying, the greater the amplitude, the more it will disturb it away from its equilibrium position. ठीक है? It's like saying कि दो फ्रेंड्स आपस में खड़े हैं, आपको पता होता है कि आप लोग कभी ब्रेक में खड़े होते हैं, दो लोग आराम से गपशप कर रहे हैं, एक तीसरा बीच में से आता है, करके कंधों में जो है लटक कर रहे हैं, ठीक है? Now अगर तो वो आके आराम से तमीज से होते हैं, the two people aren't disturbed too much, ठीक है? Amplitude उतनी ज्यादा नहीं है, the people don't really even move too much, हो सकता है वो बस इस तरह से होके बस ठीक हो जाएंगे, ठीक है? लेकिन सोचे कि a person क्या वो भागे आता है, oh how are you, ये वो करते हैं, आके लटक जाते हैं, maybe you will fall to the ground, ठीक है? तो आपकी जो displacement from your rest position is a bit more, इसको कहते हैं amplitude, ठीक है? So the amplitude is from the rest position to the maximum displacement. The more energy a wave has, the greater the amplitude will get. ठीक है? On our graph, it corresponds to a higher peak. ठीक है? So on this pressure graph, on this voltage graph, तो उसमें it corresponds to a higher peak. क्योंकि it's compressed the things even further together. ठीक है? And lower peak over here as well. ठीक है? Because again it pulls everything further apart from the orbit. ठीक है? Greater energy के साथ. Energy is also associated with movement, right? We know kinetic energy is associated with movement. Naturally, the greater the movements per second, the greater the energy it has. The greater the frequency something has, the greater the energy the wave has. ठीक है? I've got a virtual oscilloscope to show you some things. तो आप लोग जितनी मेरी हेल्प करेंगे, that would be really nice of you. ठीक है? I hope you can see the नहीं नजर आ रहा? ये नहीं रहा, बेहोश हो गए।
डर के मारे उसे रोकदार शख्सियत हो ना।
काइंडली आप इसको लाइट को अगर ऑफ कर लें। अच्छा, so alright, so we can see over here कि equilibrium position पे you had the waveform over here, and the maximum amplitude that's been caused by my wave or by my speech or your speech, जिसकी भी speech से ये रुका है इधर, तो that's the point that corresponds to equilibrium to the maximum displacement. Actually displacement भी नहीं कहना चाहिए इसको बस amplitude इसी तरह से छोड़ देते हैं। अच्छा, now what happens is कि I don't know, can I refresh this perhaps? So perhaps इसको अगर मैं refresh कर दूँ, alright. So we've got the waveform working again. ठीक है? I want you to somehow try. इसको भी infrared radiation kindly आप reduce कर दें। नहीं, वो तो आप सेक रहे हैं आप infrared radiation को, लेकिन पहले क्योंकि वो दूर से भी लोग देख रहे हैं, मुस्कान is a little far away, right? So we want everybody to be able to see this. तो आप kindly dim कर दें वो वाली lights भी बचे, वो बचे, इसको बंद कर दो ऊपर वाली को भी. We want everybody in the back to be able to see as well. Alright, we're going to do a little experiment. The oscilloscope is a device that basically maps the waveform that we get as an input onto the voltage distance graph. वो जो उधर में लगा है, वो वाला equation, ठीक है? So this is what this graph basically does. ठीक है? अच्छा, what we're going to do is we're going to try two different experiments. एक हमने वॉल्यूम ऊंचा नीचा करके देखना है, what happens to the graph. दूसरी चीज हमने एक I can master the grave sounds, the वो जो कहते हैं ना कि भारी आवाज, grave pitch कहते हैं. I think you would be the experts of shrill pitch. ठीक है, मैं shrill करके मेरी आवाज बिल्कुल बनाता हूँ, जो कि मेरी बेटी करती है और फिर मेरे कान बजते हैं. ठीक है? So alright. Alright. So look at what's going to happen. मैं अब वॉल्यूम कम कर रहा हूँ. What do you see in the graph? भी मैंने वॉल्यूम बिल्कुल कम की है. And I can even freeze that input for you. And if we freeze the input at some point like this, amplitude has decreased. Okay. And what if अगर मेरे पास if I speak in a loud and bombastic voice? Oh no! So the amplitude is slightly increased. फिर से quiet, noise, quiet. This is quiet, and you saw what happened with the loud and bombastic. So, अच्छा, wavelength is something else. We're going to come to that in just a moment. ठीक है? तो एक चीज तो हमने ये देख ली कि amplitude के साथ क्या हुआ. Now, I need a volunteer. Shrill sound होती है करके वो बिल्कुल painful sound होती है. When I go like this, तो you will make that annoying noise. ठीक है? So, हाँ? हाँ वो बिल्कुल होगा. अच्छा, listen. I'll try to make a single tone. आपने भी single tone करना है सर. ठीक है? Maybe like this. Look at the distance between two successive crests. Do you think that the distance is small or large right now? वैसे अपने mind में एक picture खींच ले. I think कि मेरी थोड़ी सी वो grave sound थी, right? भारी आवाज जिसको कहते हैं हम लोग. तो wavelength इधर note करें. Frequency is obviously a little less क्योंकि we have less crests per second, right? We have less thrusts per second, less compressions per second, less rarefactions per second. Crest or trough, by the way, is speaking in terms of pressure voltage graph, not in terms of the actual wave. Actual wave में कोई crest or trough नहीं exist करता. ठीक है? It's a longitudinal wave. All right. So my volunteer, please.
Me?
Yes.
कौन से volunteer?
ऐसे a shrill sound like a squeaky noise.
Okay.
हाँ वही जो चूहे वाली. जी जी. Scream जैसे करते हैं इसको. I'll try to capture it over here.
मैं scream करूँ?
इस तरह से नहीं कि लोग भागे भागे आगे कि क्या हुआ है इधर. A squeaky noise, shrill sound. Okay. Okay, all together सब कर ले. Oh, what? Look at the sound that's captured. Thank you. Look at the sound that's captured. What do you see about the frequency? How many crests per second do you have? How many? Each crest corresponds to an actual compression, right? So how many compressions per second do we have? A lot more than before. ठीक है? उसी तरह से how many rarefactions per second do we have? A lot more than before, right? So that's basically frequency. So the higher the frequency, the higher the pitch. The lower the frequency, ये लिख लेंगे बेशक. ये जहाँ मैंने frequency लिखा है वहाँ पर आप उसके सामने लिख लें. Higher the frequency, higher the pitch. ठीक है? There is no unit of pitch. There is no unit of pitch. It's all relative. कि मेरी आवाज से उनकी आवाज की जो pitch थी that was higher. ठीक है? लेकिन it's not measured in anything. There is no absolute value of pitch. ठीक है? Frequency तो होता है hertz में. उसी तरह amplitude is measured in meters, right? It's the displacement from the equilibrium position. But the loudness that corresponds to that amplitude, the greater the amplitude, the louder the sound, the greater the volume of the sound. So loudness or volume की कोई units नहीं. Again, that's relative. कुछ बड़े तमीज़दार लोग होते हैं, वो बहुत ही धीमी आवाज में बात करते हैं. I don't know why. ये kindly lights को कर लें. तो बहुत ही हल्की आवाज में उनको बात करने की आदत होती है. And then there are rude people like me, जो कि apparently I have also been teaching people outside school. ठीक है? मेरी आवाज जो है बहुत दूर दूर तक.
सर मुझे बचपन में
छोड़ने में 6 करोड़ मिला था मेरी बात को बता दे।
Oh dear. No.
Alright, so frequency and amplitude. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Frequency and amplitude. इसमें कोई questions नहीं? Okay, wonderful. अच्छा, एक और चीज मैं आपको, दो और चीजें मैंने दिखानी actually. So you might have noticed कि इनकी जो वेव फॉर्म जो बनी है इधर, that's not a single repeat value. वो जो oscillations जो नजर आनी चाहिए थी, which you would expect from a typical wave, you're not getting that. But ये चीज, can you take a picture, mental picture इसकी कर लें, because I can't get her to come again and repeat the same thing again. ठीक है? तो हो गई picture? Okay, fine. So I'm going to create a single waveform as well. So all it needs is a single, what's known as tune, a single harmonic tune. Okay? So I'll go with this. No. There we go. So the reason her sound didn't have single uniform peaks and troughs, so to say, तो एक वो चीज नहीं नजर आ रही थी, उसका टाइम पीरियड फिक्स नहीं नजर आ रहा था, राइट? द फ्रीक्वेंसी वाजंट कांस्टेंट. द रीजन फॉर दैट वाज इन आवर वॉइस बॉक्स व्हेन वी स्पीक वी हैव एक्चुअली गॉट अ नंबर ऑफ फ्रीक्वेंसीज sort of being superimposed. That's a key word. Superimposed one on the other. With what happens is कि अगर मैं इसको, if you allow me, तो थोड़ा सा इसको मैं ड्रॉ कर देता हूँ इधर. तो सुपर पोजिशनिंग या सुपर इम्पोज करने को मैं आपको समझाता हूँ.
लेसन ओवर हो गया।
हाँ, बस अभी मैं जाने लगूंगा. So if you have one sound जिसके इस तरह से कोई एक कोई भी इस तरह से एक वेवफॉर्म बना है, ठीक है, and you got another sound at the same time in the same place, so that's also creating a peak somewhere like this. Oops. ठीक है? You've got two sounds working together now. ठीक है? You've got two sounds working together now. First sound is also creating a higher than normal pressure, and the second sound is also taking that pressure to a further higher pressure. So what happens is कि two peaks they add to get you a bigger peak. और जहां पर ये थोड़ा कम होना शुरू होता है, तो थोड़ा कम हुआ, लेकिन रिमेंबर दूसरी वाली के अभी भी चल रही थी, and so it just balances out. So wherever you have two peaks, they make an even bigger peak, and wherever you have two troughs, you have an even bigger trough, and wherever you have a peak and a trough, they cancel each other out, they wipe each other out. ठीक है? So that's what was happening कि आपकी जो voice box है ना, it doesn't really produce a single sound note, a single pitch. It's actually creating a number of frequencies together. When I try to create a single frequency, that's what you saw. ठीक है? Just last bit इधर मैं आपको बता देता हूँ, उसके बाद आपको छुट्टी है मेरी तरफ से. Last time we studied the longitudinal nature of sound. ठीक है? Which showed how the particles are oscillating in the same direction as wave travel. ठीक है? We also know that sound is a type of mechanical wave. What does mechanical mean? Needs something to travel. It's the counterpart interval? No. Medium, thank you. So it requires a medium to travel. ठीक है? It's like the counterpart of electromagnetic waves. ठीक है? So how do we prove that it requires a medium to travel? Remember last time मैंने आपको tuning fork dip करके दिखाया था कि it's made of vibrating sources, right? It's produced by vibrating sources. So evidently we need a mechanism to be able to demonstrate to others as well कि sound requires a medium, and when the medium is removed, sound can no longer travel. ठीक है? So this is achieved through something that's known as the Bell-Jar experiment over here, and it's quite simple really. Typically while we are not connected through wires and medians and आप कहेंगे कि we're not even touching each other, but there is still a medium between us. ठीक है? There is still some matter between us in the form of air. ठीक है? So जो आपके पास ऑक्सीजन, नाइट्रोजन एंड सो ऑन, जितने भी आपके पास एयर पार्टिकल्स हैं आपके पास, they're still present between you and me, and that's what's carrying the sound from me to you. So the only way we can show that sound requires a medium is by somehow showing that if we remove the medium, sound can no longer move. It can no longer pass through. So the way it works is that we start off with a jar, a very heavy jar. Okay, it's made of glass. आप उसकी shape खुद ही देख लें कि it's like a ball that's upside down. And you place it with a bell hanging in between. We don't want the bell to be touching the sides क्योंकि फिर से medium बन जाएगा. We do have to hang it क्योंकि आखिर वरना नीचे टच हो जाएगा तो फिर वो medium बन जाएगा. तो we don't want that. We try to reduce the medium का effect by just hanging it with very thin strands like threads. ठीक है? ताकि minimum vibration would be getting through. Even though ये फिर भी लेके जरूर जाते हैं, ठीक है? They are still carrying vibrations. It's just कि वो बहुत कम है. It's absorbing a lot of those vibrations, ठीक है? Alright. So we've got a bell that's ringing, and we place it inside the bell jar, ठीक है? Inside the jar. You will still be able to hear the bell ringing because there's a medium to carry the sound waves from the bell through the air. Put air in between. This is really important. Air. To the jar and to the outside world, to you. Okay? Now, when we use a vacuum pump to somehow pump out all of the air particles, अब हमने air particles remove कर दिए, ठीक है? We use a vacuum pump to pump out, remove all of the air particles. The same ringing bell, आप देखेंगे कि as the particles are being removed, तो the sound can now no longer be heard. तो उसकी जो वॉल्यूम है वो कम होती जाएगी until you can no longer hear the sound. You will be able to see the striker hitting the bell, so you can see that it's supposed to be ringing. Lekin you will not be able to hear it because now there is no air in between. We would have removed the air. Okay? So in the absence of air, you can no longer hear the sound. This is known as the bell jar experiment. Okay? So होप कि आज हमने ये सारी चीजें कर ली, मैकेनिकल नेचर ऑफ साउंड कर ली. ठीक है? अस्सलाम वालेकुम.